everyone, Mitch coming in for the Command Core Studio. Welcome to the show. So on today's episode, I'm going to be talking about these 5 budget cards that outshine expensive staples. Let's jump into them. First of all, the Human Druid with an absurd ETB, Druid of Purification, a 2/3 Human Druid for 4 mana in green. When this creature enters, starting with you, each player may choose an artifact or enchantment you don't control. Specifically, you don't control. Destroy each permanent chosen this way. That is a massive effect, one that is absolutely huge, and yeah, you might have, certain other cards out there like, okay, yeah, ETB, destroy one thing. This like, no. Hey, everyone, we're destroying a lot of things, okay? Here's what's going to happen with this. There's going to be enough threats on the board where when this comes into play, you're going to pick something, the next opponent's going to pick something, and that player whose thing got picked is like, oh, wait, hey, you chose one of mine? Okay, I'm choosing one of yours. And then the last player's like, well, I might as well just destroy something too. This ends up being 4 things destroyed, none of which are yours, every single time this enters the battlefield. Which, of course, it does not have a cast trigger requirement, meaning that, it's very easy to use and abuse this with ETB effects, with blink effects, with ways to get it back to your hand, replay it, sure, or, ways to reanimate it, or ways to feign death it. There are so many different avenues to take advantage of this ETB. Speaking of which, you can also utilize, doublers to, like, Panharmonicon that say, oh, you get that again. Or Yarok, yeah, you get that again. Being able to take advantage of that, this is so much removal. And again, none of it affecting the things that you control, which is amazing. Yeah, for just a small price of 4 mana. And then also, every single time that you actually, blink it. So that could be even cheaper. Like a Cloud Shift, essentially. Again, 2 relevant creature types, especially human. This is a very good card. One that is so good at repeat removal. Pick it up. And I probably should mention that this and all the other cards will be in a card list link in the description below. So pick them up there. Next up, Twilight Prophet. Yeah, this card used to be like $12 or so. It is so budget friendly now, and it is still just as potent. A 2/4 Vampire Cleric with flying for 4 mana in black. It's got Ascend, which means if you control 10 or more permanents, you get the City's Blessing for the rest of the game, which, here's the thing. You're in Commander. You're going to get there. And in fact, many decks out there can get there super quickly. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you've got the City's Blessing, reveal the top card of your library and put it in your hand. Each opponent loses X life, and you gain X life, where X is that card's mana value. Yeah, that is so much value. This is like reverse Bob in a way. Again, Bob's like, hey, top card of library, basically in your hand, and I punish you for that. This is going, okay, top card of library in my hand, I punish my opponents for that. By the way, I'm a flyer too. So yeah, I can get through in combat, can be an effective blocker as well. But yeah, most importantly, card advantage. On top of, again, not punishing you, but punishing your opponents based on the value of that card, based on that mana value. So the bigger the card, the more effective this can be. Again, draining your opponents for, again, let's just say a card on average in your deck is like 3 or 4 mana. Yeah, again, that is still like 9 mana drained off your opponents on every single turn, essentially. And when you hit the big ones, too, like, oh, yeah, it's a 7 mana. Oh, that's like 21 total value. 21 total life drained just for having a card in play that is giving you card advantage as well. It's an amazing draw engine, an amazing punishing engine, too. Pick it up. Speaking of punishing your opponents at the exact same price, 74 cents, we've got Geode Rager, a 4/3 elemental with first strike for 6 mana in red. Landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, goad each creature target player controls. And again, that means until your next turn, those creatures have to attack each combat if able, and attack a player other than you if able. So again, kind of like the Druid we talked about earlier, it's like, oh, okay, I'm forcing a decision to be made, again, in this case, attacking, and it can't be me. You can't attack me, I guess, except for at the very end of the game when it's a one-on-one scenario, but that's fine too. So essentially, with this one, again, early on, this can be an amazing form of removal in a way, player removal, creature removal, and also when it comes to that, a way to kind of like give your creatures evasion in a way too. Because being able to go, okay, landfall, and again, like in a scenario where you have, like, say, Evolving Wilds, you're like, okay, Evolving Wilds, crack it, get another land into play. Cool. land, goat every single creature you control, goat every single creature you control. You just ruined two players' game plans. You just forced two players to attack when they probably wouldn't have attacked. A lot of players in Magic like to turtle up, sit back, and wait for the opportune moment. You are forcing their hand, and not only that, but you're forcing them to swing at other players, so they are doing your dirty work for you. On top of that, of course, again, they are leaving themselves wide open. By being forced to attack, they now are wide open for you to swing through at them as well. And of course, you don't have to worry about them cracking back at you if you just keep playing lands. Because you're just like, oh, okay, yeah. Land? Yeah, you have to go your creatures again. You can't swing at me. Cool. Even late game, this can be very good as well. Again, forcing your opponent into attacking you in an inopportune scenario where normally they would stay back as well. This is a card that is so good at disrupting game plans and finishing games. Pick it up. Speaking of finishing games, Shared Summons. Such a good card. Just 74 cents as well. This seems to be the magic spot right now when it comes to price. An instant for 5 mana in green. Search your library for 2 creature cards with different names. Reveal them, put in your hand, then shuffle your library. Now, again, it's kind of funny when you have cards like this where it's like, with different names in Commander, because obviously, like, all creatures, except for, like, Relentless Rats and stuff like that, have different names. Basically, that being said, again, in Commander, you're like, okay, a double tutor for 5 mana. Sure, 5 mana might be a little expensive, but instant speed, oh yeah, that's why. Here's the thing with this one. Again, when it comes to tutoring up a creature, typically, I will say, to your hand, the price is about like a 2 mana for like an Eldamri's Call. This one is 5 mana, but you are getting both of them. You are getting 2 creatures. And again, here's the thing. Yeah, there are certain combos with 2 creatures. There are plenty of combos out there that are 2 creatures. This is basically a eye out of nowhere, win the game kind of a card because you don't need all the mana right away. Again, you go, okay, right before my turn. All right, that opponent just said, hey, okay, I'm passing the turn. All right, right before my turn, I'm like, all right, in your end step, let's cast this. Oh, anyone countering it? No? Cool. All right, I'm going to go get these 2 creatures that win me the game, play them, game over. There you go. This is a game-ending card. It doesn't even have to be that, though, if you're not playing in that kind of a meta, though, that has, like, you know, combos and stuff like that. This is a card that can go, okay, I'm getting your 2 best creatures out of your deck at instant speed out of nowhere. This can be a card that goes and gets you some utility creatures again if you're like, oh, yeah, there's a lot of enchantments and artifacts around. Let's go get that Druid of Purification. Or, you know what? I need some card advantage. Let's go get that Twilight Prophet. Or I need to disrupt things. Geode Rager. There's more creatures than just the 3 I've already mentioned in this episode, obviously, but just some examples. This is a great card to help you out in so many situations or finish off the game. Pick it up now. And finally, Overpowering Attack. A sorcery for 5 mana in red for 76 cents, 2 cents more than the previous cards I talked about. That's okay, though. Free running for 2 in a red. You may cast a spell for its free running cost if you dealt combat damage to a player this turn with an assassin or commander. Now, most decks that are utilizing this are going to be saying, oh, okay, because of my commander, not because of an assassin. That being said, if you're an assassin tribal, congratulations, or changeling, there you go. A way to get any creature through, and you're like, okay, cool, I cast this for just 3 mana. Now, when it comes to actually getting an extra combat, because that's what this is, untap all creatures you control that attack this turn. It's your main phase, social combat phase, fall to main phase. Wizards, you need a way to shortcut that and say at some point, like, hey, extra combat, there you go. Everyone knows what that means. This one, though, you go, okay, typically, extra combats cost at the very least 4 mana, for your entire team, I should say. If you are getting an extra combat, 4 mana is the price that you expect to pay. This one says, okay, it can cost 5, but if you hit with your commander, which most decks that are looking for extra combats might be doing for the most part, especially Voltron-style decks, yeah, this is just a 3 mana, okay, untap all your creatures and swing again. And when it comes to extra combat spells, because of certain commanders out there, Ishin, made them really, really, really popular, really, really expensive. There are so many expensive extra combat spells, and this is not one of them. This is one that, again, can be cheaper than a lot of extra combat spells out there. Again, just 3 mana to swing again. That could be such a game-ending play for you, and yet it only costs 3 mana to do so in just 76 cents versus, like, I don't know, I mean, $5, $6, $7 for certain extra combat spells, even more than that. And again, some of them do cost more than this when it comes to the free running cost compared to their normal cost. So yeah, make sure you pick this one up, try it out. It's an amazing card. And with that, this episode is coming to a close. Comment below with your thoughts on it. And of course, as always, thanks again and have a good one. This show and episodes like this one are possible thanks to viewers like you. If you're looking for an easy way to help support this show, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Also, hit that bell notification icon so you don't miss any new episodes. You can also go check out our playmats and other merchandise at thecommandersquarters.com. Another easy way to support this show is with our TCG Player affiliate links. So whether you're buying a deck or individual cards, you can use this general link right here or one in the description. And the final way that you can support this show is by supporting us directly by becoming a patron. There are many benefits to being a patron, and I truly couldn't do this without all of their support.